Hey there, welcome to a brand new episode of Muzikxpress. My name is Twan, and in this week's vlog you will see my interview with Jezper Söderlund, aka Airbase, about the Airbase and Floria Ambra classic Denial. But before we start with the interview, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and very important, also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Alright, here it is, the story behind Denial, my interview with Jezper Söderlund. Enjoy! Airbase is the most well-known alias from Swedish DJ and producer Jezper Söderlund. In my previous interview with him, Jezper already shared the story behind the Airbase classic Escape. But for this week's vlog, I asked him if he could tell more about Denial, a beautiful vocal trance classic for which he worked together with singer-songwriter Floria Ambra. My first question to Jezper was how he and Floria got to meet.
I was looking into producing a little bit of different music than trance music. I was exploring a little bit like breakbeat, slow electronic music. I don't remember which kind of influences I had. I just thought I need another outlet than trance music. So I was looking around in the vicinity of Gothenburg where I live, if there were any vocalists, male or female, that were interested in doing something. So I came across Floria through, she was signed to some kind of company, and I got in touch with her through them, and we kind of started to try things out and see if we can make something. And we did some stuff, but we got together, became a couple, and she helped me out with a couple of trance records. We did them together.
So I know you did a vocal track in 2004 called Changes, which came out under the project name Interstate, but I believe Denial was the first vocal track as Airbase, right?
Yes, that's true, yeah.
So was it the plan from the start already then that Denial would be like a vocal track?
The backstory is that In Search of Sunrise was supposed to be recorded. I don't remember, I think it's number 8?
7.
7, yeah, memory. It's a terrible thing. 7. They sent me an email that say, hey, we're gonna record the next In Search of Sunrise in 10 to 14 days. Do you have anything? And I realized, no, we don't have anything, but they're asking, I need to deliver something. We need to try something. So I thought, can we write a track in a couple of days? Yeah, let's try it. And I knew much more than her. She wasn't very interested in trance music. I said, this is kind of the vibe that works well with the In Search of Sunrise at that time. And I thought, I can try to make something, and you could try just doing vocals, and we'll just see if it will fly. So it's an example of a quick production with some more time spent tweaking vocals and just getting that to fit. But the production went very fast, and it's shamelessly inspired by Beautiful Things from Dane.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. Just always loved that kind of slow guitar, not riffy, but kind of acoustic guitar-driven trance. And I always thought it would be nice to do something like that. So this gave me the perfect opportunity to try that. So
the guitars, are they like real guitars?
No, I don't know how to play guitar. It's like a Native Instruments complete guitar, something. I really should learn the guitar.
Yeah.
Because everyone can tell. Well, everyone in the producing can tell that it's not a real guitar.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not a producer, so I couldn't tell.
Okay, then it's a real guitar.
Yeah, then it's a real guitar. Yeah. Okay. So since most Airbase tracks are instrumental, was it more difficult for you to work on a vocal track?
Yeah, it's always a problem with me. I'm not a good collaborator. I know exactly what I want. So I think the original, if memory serves me right, the vocal that was recorded didn't have the melody it has now. We addressed some of that because I thought this will fit well with this, and I kind of played I know trance card and say you should do it like this will work better, and we did change some of it, and then at the last point I just auto-tuned like Celemony. It changed the notes of the vocal to where I wanted them, like a couple of places in there. So it's tough for me to collaborate.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to finish the entire track?
I think we had it done within a week. We just wanted to send it, and we have some buffer. We don't want to send it on the same day as they
were mixing.
Yeah. So I wanted to have them say something about it if they needed. Oh, can you make it shorter or longer or change something? I was open because I knew being a part of In Search of Sunrise at that point was kind of a big deal. Yeah. So I thought I'll make changes if they ask me. Usually I don't. I know what I want and I will not make changes. But at that point I thought, give me feedback and we'll address that.
So this was the first time as well you ended up on an In Search of Sunrise CD?
Yeah, first and last.
First and last. Yeah, it was the last one Tiesto did.
That's good then.
Yeah. So was Tiesto also the first person to hear Denial once it was finished?
Yeah. Him or his management was going.
Arnie.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Probably Arnie, I think.
So besides Tiesto, which other DJs did support the track?
Not many.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think Tiesto was one of the big supporters, and being part of that album made the reach of the track quite wide. But it's such a calm track, and it's not a floor filler.
No. Yeah, you made like the Airbase remix, of course.
Yeah, which in hindsight was perhaps, I don't know, it's kind of waters down the whole concept when you do something different and then you make something that sounds the same as your old stuff of that. So I don't know if that was a good idea, but yeah, I don't think it gained a whole lot of traction unless I'm mistaken, because it reached so much people that liked it as like a home chair raving, home people streaming, listening, but I don't think it did a whole lot of difference in like on the scenes for DJs.
Yeah, because it wasn't your typical trance track, of course.
Exactly. Yeah. I assume most DJs that subscribed to my promos heard a couple of like 30 seconds and thought, not for me. Not for me.
Yeah. But do you know if the label tried to bring the track like to the radio? Because I think it could have been like played like on daytime radio.
I don't know. Possibly. Floria has a very special kind of voice. I don't know if they wanted to try that for radio. I don't think that's what she wanted to do. She had other artistic ambitions, and I don't know.
Yeah, but she was happy with the result, I guess, right?
She was not unhappy, and being on In Search of Sunrise, it brings in some income. Yeah. So that's you can dry the tears with the money, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the fact that Denial came out on the In Search of Sunrise CD, was it also like helpful for your DJ career? In part that I was part of Tiesto's In Search of Sunrise tour. That must have been nice.
It was very nice. So that was four gigs in 2 weeks in very nice places. It was O2, London O2 Arena. I mean, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Tomorrowland, Prestige, Ibiza.
Yeah.
And
Privilege, I think.
Privilege. Yeah. And some big place in Scotland. Yeah. So that was fun times. Yeah. But I was kind of getting good bookings by then anyway. So I don't think it brought in more bookings. I've never been very good with the whole promoting myself. I've always been the studio person, hoping that good music will take me where I need to go. But I guess I could have gone further if I really invested. But I never cared so much about the making sure to be seen kind of thing and making a show out of it. I want to produce good music, and I want to go out there and play good music and hope people will appreciate that. I'm not a showman enough to be that's always been a problem. I guess that's my Achilles heel, I guess.
We don't see you jumping around and
throwing cakes and
throwing cakes. Speaking of DJing, I'm sure you have some good stories from the time you did travel the world as a DJ. Anything you can and want to share?
I had some fun times during those 4 gigs. I was playing with the First State, and I think we did. They did the opening, Tiesto did the main, and I did the closing. And I think I did 3 of the 4 before I realized that Ralph B was part of the first day. So we were drinking beer and having fun in the behind the stage, and I mentioned something about a Ralph B track, and he was like, "Oh yeah." I don't know if he caught it back then, but I just realized, hold on a minute. I mean that's him. I hope he didn't.
You are Ralphie B.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't insult him.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I would never. He's the producer of one of my all-time favorite songs, Monkey Forest, anyway. So I would never. And also, the whole stage fright thing. I mean, there are quite big audiences when you play off the Tiesto. They're like, I think Scotland, there was like 10 or 15,000 people, and at least 15 in London.
Yeah, and they know how to party in Scotland.
Yeah, that was a bonkers party. But then you have a couple of drinks to kind of calm your nerves, and sometimes you have a good time, and you take a little bit of too many drinks, and you realize, oh yeah, I'm gonna play in like an hour or two. It's best that I stop now. And I was feeling really tipsy. I thought, oh, this is bad. I just need to stop. I'll drink water from now on, and I'll be fine. And like 5 minutes after, Dimitri, Tiesto's manager, came and said, Tiesto's not feeling well. You will need to take over. He needs to cut this short. So you need to go on in like 10 minutes. And I was feeling, okay, I was having problems walking up the stairs, and with the stage fright as well. When someone moves the deadline, you need to be like mentally prepared for, I'm going to go up that stage at 3 a.m. And someone tells you, you're going to go up there at 1 a.m. That's in 5-10 minutes. Then I got all like totally shaky, and it's fine. If I've done it too many times now, so you know how to play music. You just need to get past the first mix, and you'll be fine. So, but it's still so ingrained in my memory that when you're not in control of things, where you think you're in control, and someone comes and says, "No, this is the new deal," and you can't argue. He just needs to go off. You need to go up there, no matter what, and then you just have to do it.
So then you had to play like an hour longer as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that was the good part. It was such a party. Yeah, it was great.
Nice. So are you still active as a DJ?
I actually I play a little, not a whole lot of trance music. The trance music has never been very big in Sweden, and since I haven't been traveling much, DJ booking is very connected to the releases of music, and I haven't released very much. So I try to keep myself entertained and like up to speed with how to do it. To just it's fun. So there's like tech house is very popular in Gothenburg in Sweden. So we have a couple of clubs in the city. So, and like open decks night, and I can go there, and I know enough people to take me in there, so I can do some loungy house or some quirky Afro tech house or something. And it's just fun, and it's fun to explore something else than trance as well, and challenge myself. So.
Is that also something you want to produce? Like,
I've tried, but everything just ends up being trance anyway. I can't produce anything else than trance. All my efforts to produce anything else than trance has always ended in some type of trance track. It sounds like, oh, he must have been influenced by something else. Yeah, but it's quickly turned trance.
The last few years you didn't release much music, and you even took a break from music for a few years. Why did you decide to take a long break?
This is a tough one, but I've always been the person to try to set things straight in like online, have been a part of forums and on social media and arguing, and it's just never worth it. I've realized that now the couple of last years, but I just got so fed up with people telling me what I did wrong, because I don't want to do the same thing over and over, and trance music, being very conservative, has a lot of fans. They mostly 9 out of 10 times they tell me, do more of that that you did before, and that just I can't do it. I just can't do it, and that is and then you get the same type of response when you do something new, and they say, but it's no escape, or it's not a Medusa, and I've stopped caring about it now, because now I just want to have fun. But then I got just so tired of all the hate, and I was having a lot of issues outside of music as well. A little time, little interest, and not feeling much interest in producing music. So just felt like, okay, I'll just step out of this for a while and see if I'll be interested in coming back. And
I guess you don't regret that break?
No, it's good for getting a little bit of perspective, and calm your nerves and think about what's important. Learn things about the world, learn things about yourself. So everyone should do that. If they are doing things they don't love, they should stop and do something else and think about why they don't love it, why they did love it. This is not like a therapy class, of course, but sometimes you just need to stop and think a little bit.
So I'm not sure if everyone knows, but you have been part of the popular website trance.nu as well. The website posted a lot of trance news, reviews, party reports and interviews. Plus the site had a very popular forum with over 70k members from all around the world. So yeah, for the younger viewers, there was no Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So yeah, we had to discuss everything in forums. Yes, we're old. Can you tell a bit more about the time you were like working for Trance New? Like how did it start? And
we were 3 guys starting it. We didn't start it at the same time, but all the 3 of us, me, Ralph and Tommy, started it roughly at the same time. Tommy owned the domain, and I think he had an idea of making like a email forward service, so you could get your own @trance.nu email service that forwarded to whatever email address you had. And it quickly turned into I think Ralph came aboard and said, "Can't we make some sort of community or whatever you would call it?" Early days of the internet, and they thought that was a good idea, and I joined shortly after. And we kind of saw that there's no place to discuss these things. Well, there are always, but no big place with an effort on like trance-specific discussion and reviews and news and everything. So we just started building that, and it. I don't know how we it grew so big in the context of those times. That was a big site, a big forum, and we were working with Armin for State of Trance, with like the official channel for posting
the future favorites.
Exactly, with the voting and everything. So I think we just had a good idea at the right time, and nothing lasts forever. It was still a hobby project. It cost a lot of money, like server-wise, and I don't know the details, but I think it was too many cooks with the different agendas, opinions that kind of made that site untenable to.
And I think at the same time, like Facebook came and MySpace and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I think it was good for that time. If you would, I think it's totally possible to create that kind of social area online today, but you need to build it bigger and not on like a website with a forum. Still missed the forum days. There's something good about forum.
I spent a lot of time there, and I actually met a lot of people from Trance New like during the years. So that was cool.
Yeah.
So I think you've always been interested in technology. I know you have a pretty cool story about the time you got an email from Apple CEO Steve Jobs. Can you share that story?
It's wonderful. I have my Wikipedia page. It tells a little bit about my music, but mainly that I emailed Steve Jobs at one point. I don't know. It occurred rarely, but at least fairly consistently that people emailed Steve Jobs about specific questions, and they got responses. It happened like a couple of times a year. Some emails he just responded to, and I don't know. I was frustrated about something. I think it was that you couldn't share your internet connection from your phone to your tablet, and I just tried to keep it brief and asked why is it not possible. It seemed like it should be possible, and he actually responded. And I think that's like 12 years ago, and he just said. I asked. Is it the iPad wasn't released? So I asked, will it be possible to use your iPhone's connection? And he just responded, no. Period. So I think I even opened my email with, I'll keep it brief, and that's like 2 or 3 paragraphs. And he took the keep it brief part to the conclusion of 1 word.
Yeah. So, still pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And as you said, it's on your Wikipedia page. Yeah.
Yes, and there's actually a book that collected like all the letters being sent to Steve Jobs where he responded. So it's in there somewhere.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then the tech journalists started writing. Swedish DJ, Swedish producer, music producer, got a response. So I even made like the big tech meme and the Verge and Engadget, those kind of sites as well.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
That's weird, but yeah.
So yeah, I noticed you recently released your track Spin as an NFT. Can you tell a bit more about that?
I don't know anything about NFTs. It's just, to me it seems ridiculous, but I try to keep like a fluid idea of where the world is going. I think if you look at the seniors of today, those that don't embrace technology are probably missing out on a lot, because you're getting old, people around you are getting sick or die, and there's so much technology can help older people to connect. And I think I don't want to end up in a situation where I start dismissing new things, and in 20 years I realize I'm missing out on something big. So I always want to keep an open mind to things. So that's that whole story is just me testing out the waters of what is this thing? Can it do something? I've never made very much money on music. It's never why I've done it, but music production tools are quite expensive. So if this could be a way to monetize music beyond. I mean, there's always been the performances that have brought in the most kind of money in the scene that I've been active in. So it's just an experiment. See, can this be something? But so far, I'm hesitant to think this is not designed for the end users yet. Seems very. I think this might be a good idea. I think it's the whole non-fungible token idea has a sound idea of making unique things in a digital space. I just think it needs to be taken for another spin and thought like this. These are still the early days.
Another spin.
Yeah. So I think it's early days, and with the whole energy consumption issue, I think we will need this for the future, because there's going to be more digital art in the future. We need to find a way to make this work. Yeah. And more accessible to people. Still ridiculously hard for someone that doesn't know anything about it. It's very difficult to understand what it is, how you buy it, how you know it's yours, and how you would treat it, handle it, sell it. And knowing nothing is also very hard to understand. How would I sell it? How would I be paid? What am I even selling? How am I selling it? Where's the money? There's so many questions, and it's not being easily explained, and it's not easily understandable just by looking at it. So yeah, I'm going to anger the whole Web3 community now, but yeah, then they can explain to me what
I can turn the reactions off for the interview.
Thank you.
So like making music as a producer has never been your full-time job then, I guess?
Nope. Been a graphic designer my whole life. Now more of a user experience designer, and I actually spent some time quit my job just focusing on music and realized I didn't care much for it. I guess if I would have like some really big breakout hit that made the economics better, that you didn't have to chase new music. Okay, I can spend a year fiddling with this album, that would be fine. But the whole kind of, okay, I need a paycheck next month and the month after that. Just keep on producing, and just having
deadlines.
Sorry.
And all the deadlines.
And and I'm not good with deadlines. So it was always nice to have a quite cushy job that made sure that I had a roof over my head, and I could spend all my free time making music.
So do you have plans to release other NFTs as well in the near future?
No, not really. I think things need to, especially with the big cryptocurrency problems of this year, everything just tanking. I think I'll just stay out of that, and I think the tools need to get better. They're very much manually handled and invite-only kind of thing. So I'll let that mature without my involvement. I'm not producing a whole lot of music now anyway, so let's hope that kind of matures down the road. And so far, the whole spin thing, I actually thought this is silly, so I just put it up. It's going to be on the streaming services shortly, especially since I found the original project files with everything intact, so I was able to create a lossless new version of it. So I thought,
because I think the original was only released as like a 128 kbps MP3.
Yeah, it's a rough one. It's a rough one. So it's very, very fun that I could find that. So I'll just share it on all the streaming services, and I think I also put it on Beatport. So that was an experiment, and I'll make more experiments in the future. Yeah.
So, but music has never been your full-time job, right?
No, it's been like a side hustle or more of a hobby. I was working. I've been a graphic designer and user experience designer for a very long time, and music was just what I did on my free time, and it kind of took off more and more, and took off even more, and occupied a lot of the. It's like running 2 full jobs at some point, but I tried to do it full time for a couple, but I didn't like to kind of chase the paychecks of it. On the level that I was acting in the trance scene back then,
Oi.
You don't get rich making trance music back then. That's for sure. So doing this as a full-time job, when I tried, it was very much like the pressure of always delivering new music, and that wasn't making it fun. And it needs to be fun for me. And writing music as a hobby was the fun way to make music, and I need to make music without pressure on myself. And so unless you get like a one-hit wonder bringing you millions of dollars, so you have the time to not have the pressure
and like the financial freedom.
Yeah.
So on your YouTube channel, you did do some tutorials. Are you still planning on doing more of those, or?
You realize, yeah, okay, what more do I know? Yeah, that's about it. 10 videos back tutorials, but it's many years ago I did them, and I realized they might help some people, but they don't age very well. I think some of them are quite generic enough to be applied, but not all of them. I thought it was more of a fun idea to do behind the scenes of releases. Yeah. So for the most of the releases the last couple of years, I've always published a video where I walk through the track in my. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is how the kicks work, this is how the drums work, yeah. This is how everything ties together, this is why I have done it in that way, and this is from there, and just that's kind of a video that I would have loved to see when I started making music. Yeah. Okay, this is the end result, how did that become? Yeah. And then you get to see a video where someone like picks it apart. So I'm just trying to make the kind of video that I would have liked to have. There was no YouTube when I started, so you had to figure it out. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
Alright, that was it. This week's vlog, the story behind Denial by Airbase and Floria Ambra, my interview with Jezper Söderlund. Jezper, thank you very much for your time, much appreciated. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and very important, make sure to subscribe. Also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. And in case you missed it, I did another interview with Jezper, and in that one he shares the story behind the Airbase classic Escape. That interview is available on my channel already, so make sure to check it out. Once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye!